What's up, everybody? It's another Wednesday. Dion, why did I know it was you? Should have known. Should have known it was you. Welcome to another episode of For All Goodness, where we talk about all things real and uncut. And I'm super excited, y'all. I had to cancel last week, and let me just put it like this: I ain't gonna give y'all no bullshit. And that's the bottom. That's the bottom line of it. Let me just put it like this. Let me turn myself down. There we go. Yeah, I ain't gonna give y'all no bullshit. So I went ahead and canceled it. Just because I did not feel that winging a podcast last week was the right move to do. I did not properly prepare, but moving forward, we're gonna take care of that. Per usual. When y'all bring y'all little tails in here, go ahead and hit the share button up underneath the video and share it out. Just like I do and I do mean every time we are on here. I go ahead and write a little caption. It's time, right? Write a little caption and I just copy that and I share it out. Because why not? Okay.
Because why not?
Because why not? Today I have my boo Jess with me.
Hey, boo.
We just got off the phone, so like we're seeing each other again. Okay. And she came in very clutch today because let me tell y'all how two people have now canceled on this episode. So Jess, I do want to say thank you for being willing to
You're
come on here.
welcome.
You're welcome. So while I am sharing out the live, I'm gonna go ahead and let you introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you know good. How tall are you? What's your favorite ice
Girl.
cream? What's the last word of your social? Would you donate your left kidney? Just give us some fun, interesting facts about yourself.
First answer, yes, I would donate my kidney.
Oh,
But in any case, Jess from the good old Midwest, and it's sometimes argued that I'm Southern, and I am not. I don't know. I'm a teacher. I am a mother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm a lover, and this is my friend. So there's that.
What makes you a lover?
Who? I don't know. What makes me, in my opinion, of me being a lover, I love all things positive. I sometimes do my best to accept things negative because that's a learning curve. Accepting the criticism in all manners of the word. But what makes me a lover is I accept people for who they are, with their flaws, with their imperfections, because we're all learning, even if it's a bad moment in life. I love you for allowing me to have that moment, because if I didn't have that moment, I may not have grown to where I needed to be in whatever it is that's supposed to be given to me.
Right. I often tell people, you know how people get into relationships and then like it ends and be like, that wasted my time. If it wasted your time, you didn't do what you were supposed to do. You're supposed to
you didn't
learn
learn
something
anything
from that
from it.
relationship. Whether even a friendship, you're supposed to learn something. You're supposed to assess, what it was that you were supposed to take from that relationship and how you're supposed to move forward.
Right. Every situation is going to be different, but as long as everyone can be adults about it, you can have a conversation, you can have a relationship, you can have all these things to grow from, even if it doesn't end in relationship, friendship, situationship, whatever. You learn something from it.
And I can hear TJ mocking you right now, right?
Why?
Conversation.
Oh my God.
Situation.
Y'all are, I have to find other words to say instead of those.
I love look.
Listen,
Oh, it's an update. Oh, look, show on stage. Situation.
Oh my god! I'm gonna see. I have to find other
Oh,
words.
my sis said it's your accent for her. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. Hey, sister. Okay, so that is so funny. I'm a lover girl too. Definitely a lover girl. Um, but I think I'm a lover. I'm a lover in like a different way. Like, yeah, I love all people to an extent, but and I
I didn't
accept
say I
people
love
that.
all people. I
Whoa,
said
never mind.
all. Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I love
I
people how they
love
come to me if they supposed to be in my life.
that. People that
Um,
I've dealt with.
yeah. But I would say I'm a lover girl because in my head the fantasy of love still exists.
Right.
Like the romance, the chivalry, the everything, the all of that
Right.
still exists. Um, and so I still play into that, and I'm gonna lay you down in the same manner because I like doing that shit.
I'm gonna love you
Um,
down as long as you can love me down, but as long as it's equality.
yeah, yeah, I
It's
agree.
not a you can but I can't type thing.
Hmm. Definitely agree with that. I ended a relationship, and that was part of the reason because it was good for her, not good for me, and it was a no. It was a no for me, dog. I could not do it. Could not do it. I'm still sending out this link. Yeah. I don't know who else I'm supposed to be sending it to. People be like, send me your link. I'd be like, follow the link in the bio.
Oh my
Why
gosh,
can I not remove
you
this?
sound like the people that I could not stand when we
Okay, I didn't
first.
even mean to do that, but I was just trying to sis, I was trying to see your thing.
You
Oh,
sound like the people that I could not stand when I first started TikTok. Thank you for the roses.
oh,
That.
you started during the NPC thing?
Ugh.
Yeah. Ice cream.
No,
Ice
no,
cream.
I was on
Ice
TikTok
cream.
before that, but it was just like all of a sudden everyone was
Hmm.
doing it. And then they looked
Yeah.
like a Sims thing that was stuck in time.
It was very annoying. Did you see the hood ones?
I didn't watch any of them. When I would see it, I would like literally scroll, get away, get away. It was the
There was a
busy.
Walmart one. There was a Walmart one. There was a McDonald's one. They couldn't call it
Nope,
McDonald's or Walmart, but there was a whole bunch of them.
I
There was a
can't.
whole bunch of them.
I can't get with it. I didn't like it. I'm not amused by it. Not it.
I'm not amused by it. Man,
I wasn't.
tough audience. Um, ooh, now I'm thinking about wearing this for my birthday. Okay, one more, and then we're gonna get into the actual topic.
Okay.
But how was your day before we do that? Jessica, fucking please.
Why? Okay. My day was great.
Okay.
It kept me busy in the classroom. I tell you, I have not stopped today. Those littles have me running. I'm surprised I'm not
Mhm.
like a size one. That's how much I go. Like the fat girl in me is like, what are you doing wrong? So, just saying. It was a busy day. They keep me going, but I appreciate them.
I know. That's how I felt when I was a teacher. I used to be so ready to be up out of there. But
Uh,
hey, Tony, I used to be so ready to be up out of there. But just kept it pushing, kept it going. And when the kids love on you,
mhm.
sometimes I just be like, "Come here, can I have a hug, please? Come, I need you." Like I be needing their energy. That'd be the crazy
Right.
part. They get on my motherfucking nerves, but I be needing
I
their
need their
energy.
energy, but I also need a break sometimes because when I tell you it's overwhelming sometimes, and it ain't even the kids who overwhelm me, it's the adults.
No, for real, for real. The parents, just please get off my phone, get out my classroom, leave the school, let me do my
Um,
job. please and thank you, because what are you doing in here? Uh, why are you messing things up? I just don't get it. Yeah, I got you. I
Um,
understand.
the dojos. I don't know if you're a parent out there, sometimes we know what Class Dojo is, or we know what Google Classroom is. Messages, 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 time, messages.
Right.
And it's like you don't have enough time
Yep.
in the day to answer their messages because their kid is in your class, but you're dealing with Johnny who's throwing a chair, but then you're dealing with Stephanie who's crying because she missed her mom.
Yep.
But
Absolutely.
out of
My
all of
dog
it,
is
I
protecting the
would
house from
not,
something else.
out of all of it, I wouldn't want another job. I love
Yeah.
my job.
Yeah. If I had the actual teaching degree, cool. I would have probably stayed, but I don't. So there's only so high you can go in financial acquisition. Oh, that was
Right,
nice. Without a teaching degree, even though like I have it, I
right,
just have it for kids. The
right,
respect is typically there, um, off rip. I don't have to fight for it. They just do normal kid shit. Um, and your profession, and I know because I've had to do it before. How
right.
many times would you say you apologize to your kids
My kids,
in your profession? Start with your profession. We'll talk about your kids. Hey, best friend.
um, my kids, I apologize to a lot because I have to understand that even though I'm a mom, I was a teenager before. And even though they raise us in those times, excuse me, guys, they raised me in those times a little bit different than we do now. I mean, you got to think we didn't have social media to raise us. We had that dial up, and if you picked up the telephone in the back of the house or on the other line, you heard the dial up noise, and then you're screwed because you just messed up who's ever downloading something. They got to start, especially LimeWire.
LimeWire. I
So
was about to say that, especially
listen,
LimeWire.
especially LimeWire. So with that, I have to understand that it's different times. It is different times. Even though I want to parent like I was raised by my aunties and uncles and ancestors and all the things, I have to understand that we are in a different world. So sometimes I will find myself going in on what I know to be right or what I feel to be right in my own
Mhm.
head, as to where I have to understand that crop tops are a thing. Not for me, but it is. Lashes are a thing. Mascara was it for me. You know, all the things that they have these days that they just look to the world for acceptance about. I have to apologize because I find it so, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. I find it that we don't need all that sometimes.
Mhm.
But the world is less forgiving today. So when
Right.
I go in on them, because my girls, I want them to love themselves with or without makeup, with or without a man, with or without a woman, or with or
Mhm.
without a friend. You know what I mean? I want you to love yourself just even still.
Mhm.
So I'm hard. So I find myself apologizing to my personal children quite often. Now, my students, if Johnny did not hit Sally when she came over there crying, and I got onto Johnny because he's known to do that, I find myself apologizing when Sally be like, "Well, he did accidentally kick me." Well, you should have started out with that. So
Well,
then
you
I
should
have
have
to,
started out with that, and it's a little less. And in all honesty, like when it's a kid that's like in my family, like my little cousin,
right,
or my goddaughter, it's
right,
a my apology to my students was a little less. Not, I don't want to say heartfelt, but it was a little like, well, if you was in your seat, I'm sorry, but if you was in your seat and she was in her seat, if y'all stopped looking at each other,
right.
then this wouldn't have happened.
But
But
if
I
you
do
know that
apologize. I shouldn't have
right,
just blamed you. I know you did
right,
it the last 12 times, but you didn't do it this time.
mhm.
My bad. But my
And I find
cousin,
myself doing that part. I
yeah,
do,
but my
I
cousin
do.
though, on the other hand, my cousin, if I'm wrong, I'm more apt to explain why I
Right,
was wrong
right,
and how I processed that. Um,
My students forget 15 minutes ago that they got in trouble.
Yeah, no, facts.
My personal kids are in my home, so we feel that energy.
Yeah, yeah. How do after you have had to apologize, right, as the adult,
Mhm.
are there things you do to kind of help them go through the motion of dealing with that?
First,
Like coming back to a homeostasis, like within their emotions, their mind, their heart.
I will be honest. A lot of the times when it's stuff like that, I go to people like you. And I'm not saying I go to my friends or I go to my godmom. Now, the one person that I will go to under the sun is my godmom. I
Mhm.
ask her advice because when I tell you there's not one person who tell me what I want to hear, she'll tell me shut up real quick and look in the mirror. And if that were you, when we were parenting you, what did you say? The same
Mhm.
thing that my kids are saying to me.
Mhm.
So I try to empathize with them on a lot of it. I don't try to make their situation mine
Right.
because there's going to be some similarities, but there also are going to be differences. And with those differences, I have to acknowledge them and I have to help them through them and process. Well, this worked for me. How about you try this? And if it
Mhm.
doesn't, we can find a way to maneuver through it. Even when we have the blow ups with my niece, like when I tell you they're catastrophic, they are sometimes. And then I will have to rein it in. Jessica, you're the adult in this, and this is how you have to talk to her. Because if
Mhm.
you cannot talk to her in that manner, then it's going to just stay an explosion of fire feeding fire, and we're going to have a big forest fire. So I have to
Ooh.
acknowledge her emotion behind her words, even if I'm on 30, even if
Yeah.
I'm up here. I have to allow myself and maintain myself to stay the adult in the situation. And so when I do that, I have to acknowledge that she's upset. And then when I get her down and realize that get her out of the dark, then she'll open up and accept things more. So I try to
Mhm.
maneuver with empathy.
I think as as the adult, sometimes it'd be hard not to be reeled in because
Right.
babe, let me tell you the amount of times I had to don't, just don't. You don't even got to go back and forth. You don't there is no back and forth, no forth and back. This ain't Aaliyah. Back, back, forth and forth. This ain't Aaliyah. I'm not doing it. Ain't no back and forth. I
Right.
said what I said. It is what it is. We're gonna move forward from this. And that's just because they'll reel you in and you don't even realize it. Them kids are how you going back and forth real bad. And then you like, hold on. Now I'm motherfucking pissed. I shouldn't even be here.
Well, growing up, you don't ask an adult a question. What I said is what I said, and it's like
Mhm.
you get popped upside the head for thinking a question. You don't even
Mhm.
get to ask it, but you got hit. What did
Right.
you hit me for? Because I seen it coming, and I'm just like, now when I'm in conversation with them, it's like hear them because I wasn't heard. And
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
can't give them what I got because I hated what I was receiving.
Mhm.
And that was no voice. So
Right.
I have to allow them to voice what I wish I could have many moons ago. I may not like it and
I
I
was gonna
may
say, does it
bite
hurt your
my
feelings
tongue.
sometimes?
It does, but it's also reflection. It hurts my feelings, but I have to understand they're learning to deliver things.
Mhm.
They're learning to deliver. As an adult, I know how to deliver the things sometimes, and I still have to learn how to do it because many conversations within my
Mhm.
relationship, within my friendships, I have to know that sometimes I'm this is what it is. This is what I said. I don't need that. Well, remember, no, listen, this is what it is. I don't need a backstory. I don't need none of that. I just want it. I have to realize that sometimes it takes people time to build up to that because they're calming themselves or they're
Right.
gathering their thoughts or they want to come to you in the manner that respects you.
I
And
think
I
also
didn't think about that.
facts, facts. I think also as the adult, we want to rush the kids to be ready to talk about it. we don't want to sit in what might be an uncomfortable silence because
Right.
as an adult, we feel like I'm ready to talk about it now. We need to resolve it now, as opposed to giving that space and maybe having that conversation. If you can take some time, let me know when you're ready to speak about it. But I do
Well, I guess
apologize
I'm
and I would
still
like to have a
childlike
conversation.
then.
Huh?
I guess I'm still childlike then because in conversation in in
Communication with your
voicing
children.
in voicing my opinion, in a voicing that I have to take a moment. If it's something that strikes me, sometimes I will own it. I will own it here. Hey world, I will
Yeah.
grab a word within what was said. It could be this much. That word right there caught my
Hmm.
attention. And all of this that's important that got to the beginning, but got to the point, that word struck a chord. Oh, so
It
you
was the
said
B
that?
word, y'all. It was the B
Oh,
word. The B word
it
struck
was
a
that?
chord.
That's what you think? Like I can own that sometimes I have um I have selective viewing.
Mm.
I
TJ,
have selective
please.
I have selective viewing and selective hearing on these things. You could call me a bad mom, and I'm like, but then it was like, well, in that moment this is what I felt, and I didn't hear none of the reasons why she said it. Oh, you would think I'm, well, let me show you about. But then it's like it wasn't even that serious.
You see the
We
comment.
could, I did not. Let me see the comment.
They
Oh
should
my,
be on your screen.
she's terrible.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm
Because you was out there in that conversation.
conversations. It's too much work to try and say it the regular way, okay? I need you. World. Jessica has a speech problem with
It's
TION.
not a problem. I really like it. She likes it too. I, I like
but
it. My
but
little
in
sister like
any
it too. My sis like it too. She said she like it too. We all like it. We
but
gonna continue our
in that,
conversation.
right, in that you have to, I own it, that I have to take, if it's going to be adolescent of me, I have
Hmm.
to take a moment, because when you initially piss me off royally, if I say everything in that moment, there is no taking words back once they fall between those lips.
That part. And that is where some of the most damage has come to us as adults is the words that came from our fathers, our mothers, uncles, aunts, whomever. You didn't take a pause and think about what the fuck you was just about to say to me or did say to me.
Well, you said it to me, but then you said it towards my feelings. You said it towards my, this is what I feel. You can't tell me how I feel. You can't tell me
Yeah,
my feelings are wrong. Your delivery may have been wrong, and my acceptance of some of it may have been clouded or jaded, but it is your job to make me understand if you're delivering it to me. It's
yeah.
not the way that I took it, it's your delivery of those things.
So why is there still, and I think there is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, why is there still an issue with parents recognizing these things and affording their children the opportunity to learn and grow? Because all this is really is you're modeling good behavior and helping them learn and grow social and emotionally. So why don't parents do this?
Unfortunately, unfortunately, not all parents, because there are parents, like a lot of people judge some of these young parents on like Teen Mom and on all these shows, 16 and Pregnant and all these things. But you got to understand, they're growing up with their children. They
Yeah,
are babies having babies. So what they are feeling still in that moment, they're allowed to live in that moment with their children. As to where people like me who are older,
hmm,
we are stuck in a generational pool of, we have to keep secrets behind closed doors. We have to not deal with these things. But once we set it in the bedroom, it doesn't go past that bedroom. Even if it's damaging and we do need help, we don't look for therapy. We don't tell
right.
nobody. We don't do these things. So it is a generational thing. And unfortunately, some of us, not me, some of us don't allow the kids to venture off to get those things out.
Right.
But
Right.
if I were on teen mom, like younger than my sister, I'm
Mhm.
growing up in the times of acceptance of the mental health, acceptance of allowing a child to express themselves within the way they dress, the way they do their hair, the music that
Mhm.
they listen to. As long as it's not harming themselves or anyone else, we try to keep a lock on it.
Mhm.
Can't do that today.
Do you
And that's
gentle
where we're
parent?
stuck. I don't even know what the hell that means.
Oh.
I know what you're saying, but for me, gentle parenting, I grew up in the time. I'm a PK kid. I'm a PK kid.
And you a
So
PK and a teacher? Damn.
PK.
Damn. So
So
I know. Listen, the way I deal with, I don't have any biological kids. Y'all know that, but the way I deal with my cousin, because I come from a teaching background, I don't take no shit. If I said it, I meant it. Let's do it.
so
I don't give a
being a
damn.
preacher's
Whereas my
right.
aunt will like bend. Sometimes she be like,
Mhm.
if you do this, we're not doing this. It, to ask Destiny how many times I said, if you do this, I'm not doing this, and I don't do this, and I stand on that shit. Like,
Let me retract it. Let me retract it. I am going to correct myself in this moment with the world.
with the world.
I'm being for real because this is out there. This is there. It's
Mm-hmm.
here. I will say I did not gentle parent with my niece and I did not gentle parent with my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But parenting with my niece, I had to maneuver in a different light because she knows who her dad is. Her mom, she doesn't. But I I had to be harder on her because she is 16 or she's the oldest in my home. But some of the leniency I gave her that I wouldn't give my daughter is because I allowed myself to see that, she don't have her parents. She doesn't have this. She doesn't have that. So I got to give her this to make up for their shortcomings and everything. I
Oh,
moved like that. So
okay.
mentally, I gentle parented her at the beginning, unbeknownst to me. I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm reaping the repercussions for that. But with my son, I can say I feel like I am hard on him. He has a slick lip sometimes, but I feel like as mom, I only should say so much as to where dad should teach him how to treat a woman and treat him how to not
Mm-hmm.
do these things.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes that falls short, and then I have to reel him in.
Yeah.
And I try not to reel him in front of the world if we're on group calls, if I'm on the phone with my lady, if I'm on the phone with my friends, anybody, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I try to keep some things private and personal. So when it seems that he get to do this a lot, baby, listen, behind
You
closed
cutting them
doors, ain't
short.
nothing gentle about me. Nothing
Mm.
is gentle about me, but I still allowed them their voice.
TJ said you're an awesome mom, Jess.
Thank you, TJ. Thank you. I really
Um,
appreciate that.
so we've talked a lot about our kids, right? Or children in our life, right? I want to take a little
Mhm.
bit of a pivot. Do you have a memorable apology from an adult in your life as a child? As a child, and then you can do either or, as a child or as an adult. And it has to be like somebody elder in your family. Memorable apology. You can share as much or as little. So if it's a sensitive topic
Got
and you
you.
don't want to share that, yeah.
I will say this. My grandmother and aunties raising me was a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
But hearing my grandmother before she passed away apologizing to me that she didn't protect me in the manner as she should, not due to her hand, but she handled it as she thought she should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that apology, it hit hard because it wasn't her job, but it hit hard because she was apologizing for someone else. But then it allowed me to see that all adults in my life were not poison.
Right.
And all
That's
adults
important.
within this world will not be poisoned. There are good people out there, blood or not. She allowed me to see that. Um, and that was me as a 12-year-old girl.
Mhm.
Me as an adult, I did receive a big apology. I
Mhm.
received a massive apology for
You don't have to say what it's for if you don't want to.
I no not I received the biggest apology that I think anyone could ever receive, and some people wouldn't accept it. Um, but I received that apology, and it was an apology for many things. But I also received praise for it not breaking me,
Mm.
and I received praise for being a great mom. I received
Mhm.
praise for forgiving,
Mhm.
because if I would have allowed it to consume me, then I probably wouldn't be here today.
Mhm.
So I received some pretty big apologies. And how did that make me? Like I told you, how it made me feel as a kid, as an adult. I will say, as an adult, at 36 years old, I was finally able to exhale.
We like that.
All
That's
the years
important.
of my life, at 36 years old, I was able to breathe.
Right. That's very
Didn't
important.
even realize that I thought I was healed. I thought I was over it. I thought I was like, oh, it is what it is. I thought I was okay and did not realize that in that moment, that exhale, that like I literally felt it leave my body type
Mhm.
thing.
That's
Didn't
deep.
realize I was holding on to it until then.
Right.
And
Right.
going to therapy, doing all these things. And I'm like, why ain't it working? In that moment,
It all clicked, huh?
that's what I needed
Yeah.
as an adult.
I I know how it feels to get an apology as an adult. In all honesty, I can't remember an apology as a kid. Um, but my mom has apologized to me and
Right.
has been making effort. Like we're doing things that we've never done, like video calling, like her sitting on my phone. Like um, she calls and checks on me more. We don't have a relationship like where I talk to her every day. And unfortunately, I feel like she did that. Um, she did that. She cultivated that because she was always choosing other people over me. Um, Men primarily until this last situation with my uncle. But she apologized and she actually changed her actions. And I ain't gonna hold you. I am still a little nervous. I am still a little wary because it's like your action came 36 years too late. Like, so
I said at 36,
um
woof.
I love that, TJ. I want to hear about it if you want to share a little bit later, but not details, but how you feel. TJ said she had a therapy session earlier and it was so needed. Um, but yeah, like, it's just I feel like as the adult in children's lives, the the more we apologize, right? And recognize that we are not perfect, the more
Right.
we then cultivate a generation of children who do the same, who have that role model, um, and who are more emotionally intelligent. Um, and the
Emotionally
less,
aware.
yeah, yep. And then the less that um, these children will need to heal from in their later life. Like, I, I shouldn't have these trust issues with my mom, but I do. It just is what it is. Um, but every time we talk, every time we plan to do something, every time we're around each other, I try to just be open to that. Like, I'm really excited for this trip me and my mom are going on in May.
Right.
Very excited. May is very busy. I just want y'all to know by the time y'all get to Cincinnati, okay, I will have been trip with my mom, graduation, and y'all back to back. On top of at the beginning of May, I have wifey's birthday dinner.
Right.
I got a lot. May is a lot. So
Right.
may need to hurry up so we can slow down on the 28th. Okay? Hurry
Right.
up to slow down.
I
But yeah, yeah.
we were planning a trip with my mom, for either a cruise or whatever for Mother's Day, birthday slash Christmas, just something
Hmm.
big for her. And with you saying that you're gonna go on that trip with your mom, do it
Yeah.
because it took me literally. It's been 14 years I've had a relationship with her. I am 41 years old, and
Hmm.
for 14 years I've spoken to my mom.
Oh god.
Um, it took me having a child
Hmm.
to do it
Hmm.
because I don't think if I didn't have one, I don't think I would have ever spoken to. And
Right.
so I love that my kids are able to recognize that when they're not okay,
Right. Right.
they can recognize it, and I will always hold true to I I don't want my kids to not have a voice like I felt I did it.
Right.
If you're feeling off about something, vocalize it. If it's not to me, vocalize it to someone you trust,
Hmm.
preferably me, so I can help you because I'm mom. But mom can always fix it. Friends can be a voice of reasoning, and I respect that as long as it's not harming themselves or others. You know what I mean?
Right.
I
Right.
respect that space, and that's why I give you that space to do those things.
Hmm.
So, as adults, we're still learning, and again, it's generational. The way that we were handled growing up, the way that we were handled in our not only our youth, in our teens, in our young adults, and then to our older adults. If the cycle stayed the same, our response will stay the same. If nothing
Right.
ever changes as far as parenting or as far as just being an individual, as all of those things, if nothing changes, nothing can heal. So allow space for your children to have a voice because as an educator and seeing it within my own school system, 3 suicides in their
Right.
middle school, 6th grade to 8th grade, and you're taking your life because you don't have a voice. Never feel as if you
Right.
can't tell someone. Never feel I'm not a hugger. I was never a hugger because of the way that things happened in my life. I needed personal space. When I tell you this year, I have gotten the flu, gotten the stomach bug for all from hugs that they
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah.
I've had kids fall into my arms because they just needed a hug. If you could be a hug for my daughter and she needs that hug, hug her. If you could be a
Right.
hug for my niece, be that person. Allow them that space to just have
Hmm.
and allow yourself to be so forthcoming and welcoming that they're able to do that. Because at
Right.
home, you never know what's happening behind closed doors with Johnny, Sarah, and Becky up the road. Be the voice of reason and be a confidant and just be a lover because you
Yeah.
don't know. You don't know.
Hmm.
I'm very big on allowing them to speak,
Right. Right.
even if you don't like it. Even if I come to you venting to you, Brittany, allow them to vent it.
Hmm.
It's going to sting. You're an adult.
Hmm.
You know that emotion that they're learning. You know that raw emotion that they're caring to feel.
Right. So in let's call it the healing process
Hmm.
of the babies having that safe
Hmm.
place. We're gonna put that as as one of the things, having a safe place to vent and to heal and to, release is
Mhm.
is crucial. What are some other ways that um, we can help push them along or help them learn this, um, help them learn how to accept, right? The apology or forgive the behavior.
You have to allow them a processing time. You have
Mm-hmm.
to you have to reassure them that you're hearing these words. You
Mm-hmm.
see this person's emotion. You see these things, but in your time, you can accept them and address them. Hear
Right.
them, but I don't need you to have an instant response about it if that's not where you're at. Allow them time to process and he- start their healing, because
Yeah.
hearing it is the beginning. Feeling it is next. They felt it, but feeling what you
Right.
said to them,
Feeling the
allow them that time.
change,
If
feeling
it's
the
24 hours,
process.
right. If it's
Yeah.
24 hours, if it's 10 hours, if it's a week, yes, you said it, and I acknowledge that you said it. Gives me time, because then I have to have a rebuttal to what you said. If it's going to be negative or positive, I'm coming back with something.
Mm-hmm.
Allow me what I need to say
You said a
to
week though?
process. Oh, maybe it took me 14 years.
Okay, fact. That's a little different. Let's say it's not that big of
If it's not
an
that big of a deal, if
offense,
it's not that
right?
something, I say allow me. I'm big on a 24-hour window.
Right.
If it is something that made my energy shift, if my crystals wasn't crystalline like I need them to, I need you
Okay.
to give me 24 hours to answer you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I answer you in raw emotion, and if they answer you in raw emotion, then y'all about to have WWE at home when it was something so minute.
Mm-hmm.
Allow them time. No
Mm-hmm.
more than 24 hours, though, if it's not something that 24 hours or less.
Okay. I see. I really don't like going to bed with bad emotions.
I don't like going to bed with bad emotions either. But if they address their acknowledgement of the situation, then of the confrontation, of the
Confrontation.
happening, God dang, I have no words to say. If you don't if they acknowledge what's happening in the moments, then allow them that time to process it, because as long as you hear it, I know you don't want, I hate going to bed without I love you. I don't care if it's
Mm-hmm.
my friend, or if it's my woman, or if it's my babies. I don't want to go to bed without I love you, and when I do, I feel like i'm a unfortunately, I'm afraid, or I believe in today is not promised. Things happen. Things happen. 10 minutes from now ain't promised. So
Right.
as long as I get that, I'll be okay. So
Right.
going to bed with bad emotions, I can't go to bed with you not accepting. I could go to bed with you not accepting it. But as long as I vocalize what I meant and how I felt to you, then I'm okay.
Okay.
Now your acceptance of it, that's not on me.
Right. Okay.
My acknowledgement
Understood.
is on me.
Understood. Understood.
So
Um.
I can go to bed knowing that I wholeheartedly apologize for my actions and my
Right.
words. So yeah,
Um. Yeah. I definitely agree. I agree with that. I am very much a yeah, we into it, but I love you
right.
person. I got listen, me. I was just telling somebody about this the other day. As a whole adult, there are things that adults in my life can no longer do. One of those things is get in my space when I'm upset. Okay, I don't care if you're my aunt. My aunt and I, my aunt Jill and I are only 10 years apart. Essentially, we are siblings. Okay.
Essentially,
Um.
my mama got nieces like that, so it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, me and my aunt are siblings. And one time we were in an argument, and she came in my space. and I
Mm,
swung on her because I
mm,
didn't know what she was gonna do to me.
mm.
I'm not a kid no more. I'm not don't
Right,
I'm not a kid no more. When you have a
right,
conversation, you stay over there. I'm gonna stay in my space right here. I don't care.
right.
Not a kid. Um, and so even after that, as I was going home, I called her. She didn't answer. And so I texted her and I was like, I just want to say I love you.
That's it.
Because I mean, at
Acknowledgement.
the end of the day, yeah, maybe I fucked up a little bit, but you also fucked up. So we fucked up together, and
Together,
I just want you to
acknowledgement.
know I love you,
Hmm.
and
Right.
that's it.
Woo. Sorry, guys.
Ouch,
Shut
damn.
up.
Y'all okay over there? Y'all okay in the comments? I done got, I done,
Let's shut your mouth. Listen, I got them coming at me left and right. Are you coming to the game?
no, yeah, you good, you good, you good. We in the words of my Papa J, we round the third head in the home. So yeah, you about to be in there. Um,
All right.
if you had to say something to any parents who are listening right now who might be struggling with this topic, who might feel a little prideful, right? I'm the mom, I'm the dad, I'm so and so. I don't need to apologize. What would you tell them?
I would tell them allow their kids the space to speak, even if they're not speaking to them. And you have to be open and vulnerable to people's words to you about your children. Because
Hmm.
I am a firm believer in the classroom, I get to see and hear things that you do not at home because they do not feel they have a voice at home because you are mom and dad. I am not judging you. I am not telling you how to parent. I am only
Right.
acknowledging the things that your child is saying to me in confidence. And I feel though you need to know these things. So for those parents who you can't tell me how to raise my kid. I'm not telling you how to raise your child. What I am telling you is there's a bigger situation than that being your child.
Right.
They have to have a voice because times are hard.
Hmm.
Judgment is real. And
Real bad.
remember the days where you were adolescent and you wish that you could have told Johnny's mom how you felt, but you were
Hmm.
afraid because your mom and dad were behind the scenes cussing at you, throwing things at you. Be the parent that you wish you had.
Right.
Don't allow silence. Hear, speak, and feel all
Yeah.
of it at once.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well,
I
perfect.
just I am a strong and a firm and a lover of my students, and just being in that classroom and having that attitude about it. I tell parents, and I will continue to tell parents, please, 100%, please
Hmm.
listen to your teachers if they are acknowledging something of your children to you, because sometimes they are
Yes.
afraid of the eyes that are looking back at them.
Yeah.
Please hear them. Now, if somebody telling you you're just a terrible parent, what is your kid coming to school saying? Have
Right.
that meeting. Have that meeting and have that initial meeting with the teacher. And if you have to add the child, add a third person, a counselor, a therapist, the principal. Add someone to hear the other words, to be another voice. Please
Hmm.
listen. These kids speak through their eyes and through their emotions. Just listen.
Right. And Dion said, remember that children are individuals with individual feelings who process things and
100%.
process processes things individually. So
Yes.
Jess has two kids and her niece. She is not going to expect each one of them to process the same. So you have to
No.
allow that space and grace for them to process. You also cannot expect them to process how you process as a parent or as the adult
Yes.
in their life, because that's just not,
They're not adults. They're
they're
learning
not
their
adults
emotions.
and they're not you.
They're not you.
Yeah, and they're going to
Again,
process
be
a
the
lot more with
parent you wish
emotion.
you had.
Mhm.
Be the parent you wish you had. I will preach it.
Yeah.
And for those of you out there who had great parents, be the parent that you had. Give the grace that they gave you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, shout out to you, Jess. I know you got to go into that game. I appreciate you. I
Oh.
appreciate everybody who came through in these comments. We have
Yes.
another guest next week. We're gonna have another one after that next week. The week after that, we're gonna keep this conversation rolling because I love, 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 love it. Each and every week, our guest is gonna bring something different, something new, something fresh. I am so very thankful that Jess was able to come through for me tonight. Shout out again to everybody in the comments. You guys are amazing. Not what and one more thing.
It kicked me.
It's
I don't
okay.
know. I don't know what
It's
happened.
okay. I mean, I'm literally wrapping up. So
Okay.
um I appreciate y'all again. This has been another episode of Raw Goodness. Don't forget to subscribe, share,
Right.
like, post
Thank
it
you
to
for
your
having
Facebook
me.
page. You're welcome. I guess we're gonna talk in green grass in a little bit. Thank you, Mecca. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, y'all. We out of here. Until next week. Peace.
Peace.